Good morning, everybody. Hold on, let me close the door. What's happening, Spray Wash Academy? I hope everybody is having an awesome Tuesday. It is March. Spring is starting to spring, at least in some areas. We have got pollen on the ground here in Tallahassee, Florida. Pretty cool stuff. So we'll be kicking off our spring session here, just hardcore soon. So somebody said referrals are, so the title of this is, and I'm broadcasting on multiple areas, so I may see your name, I may not, is SEO the magic bullet? You know, there's such a push these days. Such a push these days about your SEO and your website and blah, blah, blah. And you know, bless y'all's heart, you know, for guys that think there's an easy button on the technology. There's not. I mean, plain and simple, there's not an easy button. And sure, should we have a website? Yeah, we should. Should we have a SEO? Yeah, we should. But here's what happens whenever you just rely only on your SEO and your magic bullet. If you don't have sales skills, if you don't have closing skills, it's not doing you any good. And in fact, it could wind up just losing you customers instead. Oh, Luke, 2 miles of sidewalk. That's awesome. That's absolutely awesome. Congratulations. But yeah, that can be exhausting. Where I want to go on this SEO thing, and a lot of the older guys will understand this. The new guys, though, please understand when somebody's out there selling you SEO and selling you a website, you absolutely should do it, but it's just one more facet of your business. If I had the choice to take a great SEO class or a great sales class, I'd take the great sales class. That, I think, is more important than the SEO class, in all honesty. You know, because what happens when you get the call but you can't close it? It does you no good. It does you absolutely no good whatsoever if you can't actually close that call. I'm going to switch over to the other monitor and show you a case in point. Let's see, old guy with technology. So, you know what? Be careful here. All right, house call pro. There we go. So this is a quote that came in not too long ago. 3120 Mahan Drive. Let's click on it. It's this little dental clinic. Little tiny dental clinic. Okay. According to Leon County property appraiser, and then I'd already pulled this up. It is 4,200 square feet. Now, I get a call from this facility management company, and they were in a little bit of a bind because they had reached out to someone, and in this day and age, it's so easy to grab some pictures, hire somebody to do a website for you, and bam, looks like you're in business. Looks like you've been around for a while. So this facility management company calls us up and says, we have a real problem because we contracted to do this, the person showed up and said, there ain't no water here. Well, bring your own water. Well, we can't bring our own water. We ain't got a way to bring our own water. So, facilities management company that works in 30 plus states, looking, online for someone. Multiple buildings under management in Tallahassee, Florida. You've just killed yourself. I mean, you've literally you've shot yourself in the foot. This is an account that could potentially be worth thousands of dollars a year for you. And by bidding it online, by using your awesome SEO and getting this person, to contact you, you've wasted all this money. You've literally wasted everything that you've done because you didn't get out there and actually say, you didn't close the sale. You didn't actually go out and look at the property. You didn't go out and see if you could actually clean what you're quoting on. And you've now embarrassed yourself and you're on a do not call list forever with this company. I actually talked to this facility manager for quite a while and said, by the way, we've got this network called Spray Wash Pro, sent her the link to it. And she was like, oh my gosh, this is amazing. Fantastic. We're going to start calling these people on here. Cause I'm like, yeah, these people have been vetted. They actually are professionals in the industry. So here you go. Whenever you need a somebody, to wash, I would look there first. She was extremely, extremely happy. Our price was also 2.5 to 3 times higher, which makes sense because this is 4,200 square feet. I think somebody just said, oh, that's 10 cents a foot. That's the price that we're supposed to charge on buildings. But again, they got there and they realized there was no exterior water connection, at least what they saw on the property. So all the SEO in the world does not matter to you if you can't actually close the deal. And I mean, and so just, so y'all see it's, here's my quote, send it to the customer, approval. It's been copied to a job. We're on the House Call Pro map here or interface here. Spray wash to clean building, blah, blah, blah. We're closing it at 720 and walkways at 390. Again, 2.5 times what the other company charged them. Old gun computer, sorry, got to find the right button to click. So anyhow, and I'm looking at some of the comments here, but yeah, every market is different. You're right. Every market is different. Sales skills is a must. Some markets will work really well with SEO and other markets not so much. I'm not saying don't do SEO. I think everybody should do SEO. I think it's important to do SEO, but please don't think that SEO is, oh, I paid for SEO. That means I'm going to start just automatically getting jobs, because you're not. You've got to close the job. You need to put somebody said here, boots on the ground. You need to get out there and look at these properties. You need to get out there and say, hey, I'm happy I have this lead, but understand a lead is only the beginning of the process. A lead is only the very, very beginning of the process. You need to look at the property and you need to figure out, can I actually do this property? And then you need to close the sale. Close it, guys. But if you're being sold a bill of goods and think that if I just pay somebody for my website and I have good SEO, it's not automatic. it's not just a, oh, wow, it's not just an automatic thing. You've got to make the phone ring. You've got to take the phone call. You've got to understand the property. You've got to put together a logical quote. You've got to present the quote, and then you've got to close the sale. And that's Jeremy, I see Jeremy's, Jeremy's a good buddy of mine, big difference between a lead and closing the lead. I mean, please get this through your head, guys, anybody that's been around this business for a long time, we go into these forums and say, well, I got this contract and I'm closing, I'm doing this apartment complex, and how much should I charge and how do I do it? Well, do you really have a contract at that point? Do you really have one? Or is somebody just talking to you about it? It's a big difference between talking and doing. But again, should you have SEO? Yes. If you can't do it yourself, should you pay somebody to do it? Yes. Should you have that person show you a track record of what they've done for other companies? Yes. Should you be able to get a customer list and call multiple people and say, were you satisfied with the service that so-and-so, provided to you? Yeah, you should. You absolutely should. Somebody's saying I rarely quote a job without looking at it. Quote some only on Google Earth. But most of the time you upsell services to create bigger tickets while you're on site. Absolutely. Absolutely. I know everybody's market's different. Everybody has a little bit different gig that they do it. Some people only quote online, but man, when you're talking about a commercial building and you're talking about a facilities management company that could potentially send you lots and lots and lots of business, you're just being lazy and dumb if you're not getting out there and physically looking at it. Because again, this company, they'll never get called again. And it's been a wonderful opportunity for Spray Wash Pro, because I talked to this manager and gave him the directory and told him to go to the map. And she's like, oh my gosh, this is amazing. This is where we'll start looking for people. But all that money that person spent on SEO, all those ads that they run, it's just wasted money. And I think, I don't know who this is because we're on StreamYard. It should be handled just like an interview for somebody that's looking for a job. Absolutely, 100%. You as a pressure washer, I hate to say this, but pressure washers seem to be very easy marks for people. Every month there's somebody else selling something. There's somebody else selling the new magic bullet. There's always people going, oh, I'm going to get these pressure washers to buy this, and there's always a certain amount of people that wind up doing it because they think there's some kind of magic bullet out there that's going to make their life easy. What's Luke saying? Sales whole life closing in this industry is easier. Anything as I've sold. Work hard for your customers. You'll be inundated to work. Bingo. Build relationships. Luke could not be more right. He absolutely could not be more right. Build relationships. Do you know how many times we get handed high 4, low 5 figure jobs? because of relationships, because people we've worked for in the past. It's not about low bid. If you've ever seen one of my classes, I can demonstrate it's not about the low bid all the time. It's about doing the work right. So this facilities management company that has contracted with this dental facility, this nationwide dental facility, it's embarrassing to them to have to report back to their customer, the dental facility, and says, oh, you know, the guy that we sent out there, the guy that we chose couldn't find water. So we're going to have to, you know, find somebody else, because they have report cards they get filled out on. So you don't fill that out, you know, that you get a failing report card. There's only so many failing report cards they're going to be able to get before that dental clinic starts looking for a new facility management company. I see Lewis out here, you know, Lewis, 99% of his residential bottom line, 100% of commercial gets bid in person. Absolutely. You know, I do a lot of my residential online, a lot of my residential in person, especially if it's a roof cleaning, but commercial, you can bet my butt's going to be there seeing this, guys. Reggie Bryce is saying build relationships, you know. So again, and I still want to go back. Oh man, there's some great comments coming in here. Let me read these for a second. Question on landing apartment complex. Walking in, presenting my insurance and business card. How are you getting on facilities companies? You know, you have to go out there and look for them. Apartment communities are very, very rarely does the management on site actually own or have a lot to do with the facilities of that place. Like an on-site manager of most larger apartment complexes, you need to say, hey, who do I need to talk to about this, instead of presenting yourself to them like they're the person that's going to hire you. You know, and Kevin saying it's hard to get a new vendor on with us. Yeah, I mean, absolutely. It's tough because these companies with their vendor lists, a lot of them have dealt with bad vendors before. And they're not just going to go and say, oh, okay, hey, here, you know, this facilities management company. I mean, I think they learned a valuable lesson on that. Sutton is saying, you know, only wash what I was hired for because I'd educate, you know, the owners. So true. That's where people talk about package selling. People talk about, you know, yeah, I want your house wash. Well, you go out there and you say, well, look at the concrete. Look at the fence. Look at the roof. Yeah, there's a whole lot of that, and that'll stop whenever some EPA fines come out too. You know, double the price is the most in my area. Absolutely, you know. Kia, Mercedes. People drive Kias. People drive Mercedes. There's a place for everybody in the market. You know, I see online everybody fussing about, oh, the $99 guys are killing us. The $99 guys are killing us. I love it because it's not my market. It's not my customer. I hope their phone is ringing off the hook, because those aren't people. Those customers aren't people that I'd be selling to anyway. Kevin, initially, I've reached out to a lot of them. I mean, at this point in my business, I'm not doing a lot of marketing anymore. I'm not doing a lot of advertising, and knock on wood, I don't have to. But yeah, there was times where I would go out and reach out to the management companies. I would find out who was there, who I needed to talk to. I have sent packages out, all of that, absolutely, But just remember, on a lot of these facilities you go into, we just had this course, 2 different places. I think, Tanya talked about it in Pennsylvania whenever she did her class, and I talked about it in Houston whenever I did the class out there. And so much of it is just finding out the right person to talk to. There's so many guys in this industry, so many guys who go out and market themselves, but they're marketing themselves to the wrong people. They're not marketing themselves to the person that makes those decisions. It's crazy. I mean, it's I'll give you a great example. I've done it 3 times now, multi-$1,000 window cleaning job for the VA hospital here in Tallahassee. And, people would if you go in there and you talk to the manager or you leave your card for the manager of that clinic, they're never going to call you back, or they're going to smile and say, thank you, But they don't actually run the facilities maintenance of that place. It's not their call. It's actually subcontracted out to another national company. So you could talk to the manager at the VA hospital all you want to, but they don't have the autonomy to get the windows cleaned. Boom. Love it. Love it, Sutton. Oh, God. I mean, I feel like I'm preaching to the choir out here. There's such good comments coming in. Absolutely, guys. Absolutely. And I don't care if you are a part-time guy doing this as a side hustle to make a little bit of extra money for your family, or you're doing this as a full-time business. But understand, even if you're side hustling that doesn't mean you have to be a hack. It doesn't mean that you have to be the low price guy. You can be a part-timer and still provide the ultimate service experience. You can provide the best service experience in the world, even being a part-time guy. Absolutely. Corporate may pick the bid. The manager may tell you, manager may get to pick the people that are bidding, but corporate's the one that's picking the bid. It all works a little bit different. I mean, almost every entity that you come into contact with is going to work a little bit differently. And if you're approaching this business as a one size fits all scenario of I'm just running my SEO and getting clicks onto a website and contact forms filled out, you're never going to be all that you can be. Honestly, you just aren't. So don't fall into that trap. Don't fall in to the SEO trap of that's the magic bullet for your business, because it's not. It's just not. All right, guys, I got to get out of here. I got stuff I got to do, and then I'm pulling a night shift tonight, and I'll probably go live from that. So I won't be around a lot today. I got some messages to return this morning, and going to go sack out for a bit. Wash on. I hope everybody has an amazing spring season. See y'all.